Hey, just ordinary fans. It is Dalton here, and boy, we did not have good luck recently in the war searches. Figured out the clan was a little unsecured and ended up facing two hunts back to back. This one was brains drain. There was one member on the other on the enemy team who had 12 accounts on his own. Sultan here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, he had 12 accounts to himself, and not sure exactly what was going on the other end of that. But the first 50% of the attacks were, I mean, they were like 50%, 2-star raids, nothing, no big deal at all. And then next thing you know, they're pulling out triples like crazy. So there's some fishy going on there. But just ordinary. We put up as good of numbers as we could. 10 triples against these guys. One thing I like to preach to my friends in the game and the clans is, we can't control what the other teams do, but we can control us. And if we're able to triple a third of their bases, then I'll take that. So it was unfortunate that we got hunted there, and then again we got hunted by the Lebanese clan, LC Hunters. I mean, look at the numbers, guys. There's not much to say there. Basically, we got hunted, and these guys definitely, we'll just put it, they worked together to give us 2 red lines, which is unfortunate, but we, like I said, we can't control what other people do to us. We can only control our attacks, and if we literally tripled half of the attacks here. And so I am going to be doing a war recap. I am going to be sharing all of our triples because all of these bases were extremely tough, and we're extremely proud of the triples that we did get. So yeah, it was obviously I'd want to show you guys some of our raids, but we do sometimes reuse some of the bases, so I don't want to exactly show that to you guys. But here we have Mitch, and Mitch is doing a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat attack. Mitch has always been coming in clutch with these P.E.K.K.A. Bobats, and he's always doing. He's got a great funnel so that kill squad goes straight into the core. Look at the pathway of these bats. These bats are going to go up against that one wizard tower and that multi-target inferno, but that wizard tower did take out a few of those bats. I think that wizard tower was focused on the kill squad, and then eventually just got sidetracked enough to the point where those bats were going to get targeted by that wizard tower. And it took out about half of the wizards, or half of the bats, but still plenty for the cleanup. Yeah, so, Mitch on a great P.E.K.K.A. Bobat attack. And then next up we have JD9. Now watch this attack. This is a beautiful hit right here. JD9 coming in clutch, man. Starting off with a huge funnel here. That baby dragon loon combo going to take out that archer tower to make sure that queen is going to have a good funnel into the core there, or on the edge of that core. And then from there he's going to jump spell in, and then look at where that jump spell is going to lead him. He's going to lead him to that Eagle Artillery, the enemy king, the enemy CC is going down now. He's using a double loon, double ice golem, double loon CC in that wall wrecker, which is my personal favorite. Jumps into that town hall compartment, and then from there that queen's going to finish up that remaining lava pups, going to take out that town hall, and then going to even move on to that Eagle Artillery as soon as it gets activated. Shoots 3 bursts out, but then that's going to be a wrap for the Eagle Artillery. And then from there, the Lalo starts at 1 o'clock, and notice the pathway that Lalo has. He's using great placement of the Lalos on the outside ring and defenses to make sure that those loons stay in the core of that base and are able to push through directly to the center. Again, he's using some loons on the outside to secure that funnel for the loons to go through the core. And then that warden's going to take out with that last pump at last defense, and then the rest was just cleanup. Awesome hit, JD. That was a beauty. Honestly, that was a beauty. All right, now we got Kardik, man. This guy I always joke about. He's my man crush, dude. This guy, This guy's attacks are just so OP, and I love watching him all the time. He's always asking for friendly challenge. If you guys ever want to know how to get better, it's just friendly challenges. I mean, I see Kartik doing more friendly challenges than you can count, and he is a professional at the three wall breaker entry. So basically, he'll get through 3 layers of walls. Which is just unreal. I mean, there was 1 wall that he got through with that town hall, 2 walls, and then 3 walls into the court. Guys, that is genius. I swear, watching his attacks, it's like I'm watching an alternate reality, because that's not real Clash of Clans. That's just phenomenal. You know what I mean? And usually he does Lalo, but in this instance, he's going to be doing miners. And that's probably because of that queen not going to be able to be targeted by the or that queen was going to end up taking out most of the Lalo if it was a Lalo attack. So instead he used the miners, because he knew that the miners were going to take out that queen. So, kind of same basic strategies, but in this case, use the same. I mean, it probably would have been good with the same game plan, but having that queen in the center there going to be untouched would just dominate the loon portion of that. So excellent job, Kartik. I love watching your stuff, man, and I think we'll see 1 or 2 more in this video. Next up, we have Zach, good old Zachy Chan here, and he is going to be doing kind of the same thing. Oh, and this was post-update, guys. I don't know if, I don't really care too much about YouTube. I care about war, you know what I mean? So, I'm not going to be doing YouTube videos on, how to benefit from the update, or how to max out blah, blah, blah. We're here because this is a war game, and we're here to show off the best of the best attacks, the best of the best replays, and the top tier matchups, and Champs 1 CWL. That's what we care about, is CWL. Wars are a ton of fun, and we take them extremely serious. Don't ever get me wrong there. But, just with the upcoming tournaments and everything, it's a good idea to be focused on CWL. I'm sorry, Extraordinary, just, his queen's just walking away in the core there. That level 65 queen is just doing work. And then he's got miners that are pushing through the town hall, starting around the 9 o'clock area, going clockwise. And again, that queen is just having great value to make sure that those miners stay in an L-shaped path. And then that king did a great job at funneling to keep those miners into the core of that. And actually, that king is going to stay up all the way to the end of this raid. It's hard to do having a king stay up to the end of the raid when you're doing a miner, to make sure that king funnels appropriately. So that was a good hit. Now we got Shaner. Now Shaner is a relatively new recruit, and he is the leader of Parabellum. And I think he's just joining for a few wars, kind of putting the Town Hall 12 to work, and holy cow, are we excited to have him. I mean, just watch this replay, guys. It's just incredible, right? So he's doing a witch slap, or a P.E.K.K.A. Bewitch, or there's not even boulders in it, so it's a P.E.K.K.A. Witch attack. And these are just so much fun to watch. Honestly, they're just really fun to watch. Having these witches just tear apart the base is fun. I'm sorry, those bats got taken up by that tornado spell, which just sucks, because those bats, they all died to a tornado spell. But looking at this raid, watching it's just so cool watching these. I don't even know how to commentate it, really, because it's just so much fun watching these witches and those skeletons just take out the base. That's just so cool. Those witches just had huge value. And then, there's that elixir collector right in the center there that needed to get taken out for that 100%. But Shaner, man, that was awesome. I love watching that. Those are fun attacks. All right, now we have Hawk, one of the best players in Just Ordinary. This guy is absolutely just unstoppable. You put a base up there, he knows how to triple it. Notice on this one, he's doing a queen walk. He did a queen walk without even having the healers at first. Does a couple test wall breakers for that entry into that town hall compartment. Has those healers on, obviously. That king is going to take out the enemy king. Great funnel here because now he's going to use a jump spell to get into that next moat, 2-tile moat, which is going to lead that queen to take out that eagle artillery, a few extra structures along the way. That blower, gosh, that blower's so annoying. Huge rages, going to take out the enemy queen. And then he's got hogs coming in with the warden, kind of on a widespread area. But the warden's with him, so he gives him that boost in HP, and then also that warden's ability. And I mean, just so OP, man. I mean, he only lost probably a few hogs in that. My favorite part, tearing apart those skeleton traps. Hate those things. Yeah, and then, I mean, that queen made it all the way to the end. Warden with all those hogs, that was just an insane raid. I love hog raids. You know, I like to think of myself as a great hog player. And yeah, sorry about this one. I just love this raid so much. I kind of wanted to repeat the intro. I'm gonna go with that. No, I mean it's just super good. Also, you know, it's fun watching Clint get tripled because he was the one that was responsible for the hunt because we kicked him from Just Ordinary, and then, you know, he got tripled. But, you know, I'm not gonna elaborate anymore on that one. Now we've got Don Corleone, and look at the use of that earthquake. I mean, that earthquake made this pathway for that queen into that core there so easy, man. I mean, literally so easy, and just knowing where that queen's gonna walk was absolute perfection. And, you know, granted that earthquake might have used a few more spell housing spots, but it's going to be worth it in the long run because that queen is going to just, I mean, demolish the interior of this base. And then luckily, you know, that blower was taken to our advantage because it blew the healers out of the way of that multi-target Inferno. Eventually, that multi-target Inferno on the other side takes it out. And then, oh, so close, that last multi-target Inferno. He's got the Lalo portion going over the Town Hall. Perfect placement with that Stone Slammer to get that first Inferno tower on the front side. Now notice that one Inferno that was left standing had 1 HP, and you know only took a swing of the warden's staff, I guess you want to call it, and you know picks up the triple with the cleanup minions on the backhand side, and then the loons finishing up on the other side. You know that was just a very impressive raid, and you know that. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Now we have Carl Craigo, Mr. Craig. And Craig, you know, he's just OP, man. You know, he's a long-term leader of Just Ordinary, and he knows how to do these Electron raids. And that's what I'm going to try and start doing a little bit more is these Electron. I'm going to try and do Electron hogs, and yeah, that's my goal. So yeah, he clears out the area so that the Electron is going to get into that corner. That's the biggest part of Electron, is making sure that Stone Slammer and the E-Drags will take out the enemy queen and also that Eagle Artillery. If you can get that value, then it's usually around 40%. After you Sui the heroes, whether on it's, you know, this, that, or the other, you Sui the heroes, and then to put that E-Clone into the core there, you should finish just the E-Clone portion at around 40%. And then from there, you know, he's got plenty of troops. I mean, he's got a whole Lalo raid, you know, and that could be used for hogs or, you know, more Lalo attacks or whatever fits your fancy, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Craig, just, I mean, beautiful Electron Lalo attack right there. And that's the attack of the future, guys. Electron Lalo. You know, I said it probably 3 weeks ago in one of my videos, but it's definitely going to be the case. All right, now we have VA, and, you know, we talk about VA all the time. This guy is just an insane attacker. He puts up a lot of triples. Notice the test wall breakers there. There was a fail wall breaker. That Wizard Tower, I think, got a shot off on those wall breakers to make sure that queen didn't get in. So he did have to waste his jump spell, but it was safe because, you know, he had the king funneling on the one side and then the other funnel troops on the other side. And then that jump spell is going to be perfect for that queen to get into the core still. She's going to have to break through a wall in order to get that Eagle Artillery. and so he's going to take some big damage to those healers, which, you know, is kind of unfortunate. But and actually ends up taking that queen out. But he's got the Lalo portion over the town hall starting at the 12 o'clock. And, I mean, you know, barely misses that freeze on that town hall, which, you know, would have just secured the 3-star even more. But, you know, this backside, or this final haste is really what put in the dub on this attack. You know, he had a speed loon coming there to join the rest of the loons. And then, you know, those minions and lava pups are just going to finish up that cleanup. And that's made it too easy. Made it look too easy. Now we got Craig again, man. Craig was on a roll this war. And again, he's going to be doing an Electron. He's going to sui the heroes to make sure that blimp with the Electron is going to get into the core there. So notice that Queen's going to take out that air defense because that is the biggest threat to blimp any air troops is, you know, you want to make sure that it secures that Electron right into the core. So he sends those E-Drags up front to kind of clear the way. And then look at that value, man. Like I said, that magic number is 40%, right? Luckily, he got that one E-Drag staying back on that multi-target Inferno. So he took out 2 multi-target Infernos, the enemy Queen. Unfortunately, that Eagle Artillery did not go down. It's about a quarter of the way left. But these backside loons really came in clutch there. He dropped, I think, a pack of 4 loons and then was able to... I mean, look at that. Look at all the leftover loons on that raid, guys. That is just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Beautiful hit by Craig there. Yeah, that Electron, man, that's just overpowered, especially with this update, and Lalo with those new haste spells. It's just, that is a very overpowered raid, and we're looking forward to taking advantage of it until there's a nerf. Yeah, and for some reason, it would not let me show the replay on G-Money. It was a triple, and we just weren't able to replay it. So we're going to move on to the next one, and it's going to be Maxi. And Maxi is actually going to be Clint again. And Kardik said, you know, not today, Clint. We're going to... Kardik's going to show you how it's done, right? Yeah, Kardik had some insane triples this war. Again, with this triple wall break entry is just phenomenal, man. I can't, looking at a base, I can't even imagine where I would go to have a triple wall break. It's just incredible. Unfortunately, he was just short of getting into that third wall, but the Queen is actually going to break through it and then is going to have basically the same exact value. You know, she just got hung up on a wall for a second. Use that Queen's ability to take out that enemy Queen. Ice Baby CC, which is a thing of the past. You know, it does end up taking that Queen out, but it's really doesn't matter because the Lalo portion, it's Kardik. So, I mean, obviously his Lalo raids are OP, and nothing's going to stop that. So Lalo started at the about 3 o'clock, rotating counterclockwise over the town hall, uses a couple backside loons to keep those loons funneled into the core there so they don't like wander just around the outside and then get taken out by more defenses. So, you know, Kardik on a beautiful, absolutely beautiful triple. All right, now we got Amador. And, yeah, Amador is actually the leader of, I want to say it's United AMA, and I'm probably wrong, but he's he's been around in the wars a few times, and he pulls out some excellent raids, and this is a great example of a good P.E.K.K.A. Bobat. You know, that King, I think, wandered maybe a little bit, but look at these bats. Look at the value of these bats, taking out that Tesla farm, that multi-target Inferno, and that Wizard Tower was distracted. Even that Wizard Tower was distracted at that 1 o'clock. These bats are still up. They're still up, you know, taking out defenses. Eventually, they're going to start fading out and getting slimmer. But that's only because they took out everything else. So they did not encounter a single, issue with any splash damages. So Amador, just a beautiful P.E.K.K.A. Bobat attack. You know, that was one for the books there. Now Forrest. Forrest is a newer member. And, this is a really fun raid to watch as well. You know, he uses the great use of loons to make sure that Queen is going to be funneled and go to the left there. And then he's going to do the same. He's going to do a wall breaker entry, or I'm sorry, a wall wrecker entry mixed with the wall wrecker entry. Yeah, and then, watch, unfortunately, those wall breakers weren't able to get through that next wall, but that's what that wall wrecker is for. So it was like a late wall wrecker, which is great because then that, he's going to ensure the funnel with that king, and then the queen is literally right in the core there. Poison Spell just missed that enemy CC witch, but that's fine. He's got rages for that. For those healers in that queen walk. And then the Lalo is going to start at the 9 o'clock and rotate clockwise, taking out the defenses. That queen is going to stay up for the remainder of this raid. We're seeing a lot of these split bases, and one of the biggest ways that I've seen them get tripled more often than not is when you have a good queen walk or electron to take out the base that is not containing the town hall, like how you saw in this one. So if he was able to queen walk the bottom portion of this raid, which took out all the important structures, and then was able to clean up with the top side with a good Lalo. I've seen that attack a lot of times on these split bases, and a lot of times it's successful, to say the least. Yeah. Now here you go, you got another E-clone Suihiro Lalo, and again, he uses an Ice Golem up front to kind of save that Archer Queen's ability for a while, and then from there, look at this Stone Slammer path. I mean, it's literally going straight into the core there, where that Eagle Artillery and these other enemy CC is, or the Eagle Artillery and then the enemy Queen is what I meant to say. And then these, just raged E-Dragons just taken out. I love rage E-Dragons because they deal so much damage, so much chain value. You can take an air defense out with a raged E-Drag from the fourth chain part. It was yeah, and then simple Lalo when the base is 50% destroyed based off of Suihiros and the Electron, you don't really have much left to destroy if you're being completely honest in a raid. And having the extra spell support in these Electron raids is really helpful. So that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm making an official decision now. I'm sticking to Electron hog raids, or that's gonna be my goal. If I can adapt to air, then that'd be cool. But I like to think hogs are OP in their ground. I don't know. I just do a lot better with hogs. Then we got Zeki Chan. Zeki Chan is doing another beautiful, basically a queen charge hog raid on this one. He uses the king to funnel, and then on the other side, the funnel troops. That wall wrecker makes it all the way into that Eagle Artillery entry. The Ice Golem blows up, which is perfect because that queen needs to take out as much as she can while she's underneath that rage spell and that Ice Golem freeze. And then notice how that king made it all the way until about the 10 o'clock. And then I look at this beautiful raid. The queen is going to take out the entire right-hand side of this base, guys. She eventually goes down, but literally took down half of the right side of that base from that 2-tile moat in the core there. And then is going to hog over the town hall, use the warden's ability. He's got some cleanup minions on the other side because he didn't want to use ground troops, because that king, if he were to get off of the hogs like how he just did now, those cleanup troops, if they were on ground, they would be taken out by that king. So a little pro tip there, not saying I'm a pro, but it's a pro tier tip. How about that? Yeah, and then those minions are going to clean up so that king can't target. And then the hogs are going to finish the cleanup on the other side. Here you go. It's me. I got a triple this war. Yes, I did. And it's a real funky base layout. I'm not sure what to say about it. But I am happy that I got this triple. I will say that. I did my typical kill squad hog attack. Same deal as you usually see. I did the wall wrecker entry. I did early warden's ability with the jump spell into the town hall. I do end up losing all of my bowlers, which is very unfortunate. I did the warden's ability way too early. But it shows that I had a great funnel. I used that queen's ability early also because I didn't want that multi-target inferno hitting these hogs while that bomb tower blew up on them. So I mean, yeah, I used her ability early, and then on the backhand side, I used another heal spell underneath that multi-target Inferno, and then there was a tornado trap there, which actually split the hogs up to my benefit. And they kind of spread out and divided and conquered, like how you saw there. And then I've got a couple of backside wizards that queen stays 100% of the health to the duration of this raid. And yeah, I could say I got a triple against that clan. Yeah, now we have Masterful. Now watch this. I love Masterful attacks. This is Ratters, if you guys don't know. And he just has some crazy good looking like Queen Walk hog attacks or mass hog attacks. This guy, I've seen a lot of hog raids, and he has got some of the best out there. I'd like to say that I do, but Ratters has got some really, really good hog raids. Yeah, notice the queen walk here. He's basically just ignoring that town hall, and he just wants that queen to walk through the center of this base because she's ultimately going to have more value, taking out that Eagle artillery, taking out, those Expos along the way. The enemy CC's already been taken out. Just a few rages to get her through that inner moat, which is, that's just so crazy to be able to have a queen, look at a base and notice that moat into the core there and be like, all right, well, how am I going to get her into that core with my healers staying alive? And he does it right here, guys. He does it right here. He started the hogs at the 3 o'clock to take out that portion of defenses. So the town hall is basically going to be the last thing to go because he saved his siege machine all the way to the end. He didn't even need to use his siege machine because those hogs would have been able to make their way all the way to the town hall with that queen and the other cleanup troops. So just a beautiful raid. All right, guys, this is the last raid. We got Zeus, or as the people like to call him, Kitty Girl. This is the Kitty Girl raid right here. A little shout out to Kitty Girl, and he's doing a Sui Hero Lalo attack, mass Lalo. Look at how many loons he has there, and yeah, he suicides the heroes on the town hall. Has great value, taking out like that Tesla farm, and then the amount of traps that he had there, and then he basically is gonna Lalo half of this base. He's got loons coming in at about the 6:30, 7 o'clock, all the way to the 11 o'clock Stone Slammer, and then just haste, rage, haste right through the core there. Warden's ability, backside loons deployed at the 2 o'clock, guys. He literally deployed loons for 3/4 of this base. The only area he didn't deploy the loons was in that like the town hall area where the heroes were dropped. And then obviously, the cleanup troops, he used a skeleton spell for that queen, which was really cool seeing the new skeleton spell. Guys, that was the unfortunately we got hunted and we lost 33-20 triples in a 40v40 war, guys. That's it's good to have like a 1/3 rate, and yeah, that's the war, guys.